Welcome to Sean's 1929 hot rod. Here she is. We'll have probably in this video me going to Arizona actually to go buy this vehicle. Now that was quite a few months ago, and although this vehicle was just revealed on the channel, we've had it for quite some time now, so it's gave me a lot of time to get more comfortable with it and kind of understand it more. So I'm gonna run you guys through kind of what's all going on here, because if you're not a hot rod guy and this is your first time checking out a hot rod on the channel, or just any hot rod in general, and you're a Mustang guy, here it is. So what this started life out to be was a 1929 Ford Model A coupe. So, and obviously since then it's went through quite the process of changing and being modified to what it is today. So how I stumbled upon this vehicle, I was on Facebook Marketplace, one of the trading sites, which you never should go on, and I have always wanted an open engine car. You know, I've been saying this for years. I want an open engine car. I was going to end up building a Model T Tallboy T truck, but I kind of said screw that, I'm going to buy something that already runs and drives because we got enough junk that's already broken down. So this is what happened. So as I said, 1929 Ford Model A coupe, and basically this is almost as nostalgic as it can get, because I got it from a guy in Arizona and he got it from a guy in Los Angeles, California. And if anybody on here knows history, that is kind of actually where this whole hot rodding started. It kind of happened when World War II, all the Army airmen were coming back, or just Army men in general were coming back, and they wanted an adrenaline rush from basically what they were getting from the war. So they started building hot rods, you know, crazy horsepower, crazy light cars. Of course, back then, crazy horsepower is like 120 horsepower, you know.
Like my Jetta?
Like his Jetta. So, but anyway, so this was actually started being modified probably back not too long after that era. And the reason why I know this is because the way this was completely modified, you know, it could have been someone very cheap earlier in life, but these wishbones are actually fully original, and they call those, I call them wishbones. That probably not the actual terminology, but nostalgic wise, they're called wishbones. So they're actually from the original car, from a 29, and same with the back wishbones. And kind of the same way the frame has been modified, kind of the same way that the hoop on the back is still there from the original frame. So, and then you kind of look at the way it was chopped, and here's some spots it was leaded in, which leading, if you're anywhere near, if you know what old school hot rods are, leading is basically, if you don't, it's basically the form of like, it's Bondo, but it's like, it takes the place of Bondo, and it's actual like a metalloid substance, you know what lead is, and they just put it in there. So some parts of this vehicle has been leaded onto, and other parts, it doesn't have any filler in it, and it's from the 1920s. So, but other reasons why we kind of figure it's from that era is just a lot of the points of reference that you've seen on those early day cars are kind of the same way done. I'm not saying that it's not been modified at all, which it has been highly modified since then. So now the guy I got it from said that all the work was done before he got it, which that work to me is oh, what?
That was the easiest it's ever opened.
So what's all been done to this vehicle is obviously this gas tank was probably put in from the previous owner. This battery was relocated from wherever the heck it was back then. It could have been there, but this area back here would have been the rumble seat. So the rumble seat is in a Model A is where people used to ride to make it a 3-seater. So if anybody didn't know that, pretty cool.
Insert a picture.
Yep. Pretty cool kind of little deal that the old cars used to have. So this panel was brought up, and then they installed all this rolled metal. I'm not saying it's good, because some of the installation is very poor, but it's kind of neat. It has the rolled metal and everything. I seen that in the post, and I thought that was very, very cool. And as I went and seen it and seen how poor it was installed, I kind of misinterpreted that. But it's still neat, and I will not be changing it. And then the last person added all of these louvers, and louvers are a very kind of nostalgic kind of thing that everybody did I don't know what era it was. It might have been 50s, 60s. So I'm not saying this was 50s or 60s, but you know, who knows? It could have been. And that's really cool to me. It came with a top that's also louvered, which is also, and it's in the garage, but I'll probably end up putting a vinyl top on this, kind of like how it used to when it was original. I can't remember if they were leather original or not, but it will be getting a vinyl top from a local company that is not far from us. And then the last owner put these Braun racing seats in there, and also installed all that metal as well in the interior, which is going to make it very, very hot in the summer, which we've already experienced, but it is not as bad as you think. And it also inherited that Locher shifter, which is obviously within the next 10 years, because Locher wasn't really a big deal. It never was anything back in the day. I don't even know where their company started. But anyway, and it's got all these SoCal gauges in it, which is kind of cool because they literally came from Southern California. So, and then it's got a Model T steering wheel that I did not see in the post, but it got welded on. Kind of once you're down in Arizona with a trailer, you kind of got to, and you already agree on a price, you kind of got to sit easy and just kind of get what you get and don't throw a fit. But anyway, and obviously this engine would not have been installed back then. Well, it could have been. It could have been a 327 or a 263, I think, with the early Chevy V8s would have been. That is actually, it's possible. I'm not saying it's not. It could have been a small block based from the beginning, but who knows. And I actually added all this finned material, all these finned aluminum parts. They've kind of got a little bit dirty, which I'm not very happy about, but they're just going to have to be polished up later when I get time, take them back off and polish them. This is more of a driver's car than it is a show car, because it's a show car because everybody freaking loves it, but it's more of, I want to drive this car and I don't really care what people say because I love it.
Daily driven
death trap. This car actually has probably been driven more than any of our death traps already on this channel, and it's the most simplistic. So other than that, this had a squared type setup of rims and tires. It was all the big wide meats like that are on the back. I can't remember the exact size. They're easily 345s. They're huge. And those were in the front, so I changed those out with the 47s front rims just so it can actually turn and not go into the ditch. But other than that, it's just got your classic 350 transmission. Nothing too extreme done to those. Has a small cam. It's not fast, it's quick, and it's fun to drive right now. So I won't talk about it too much, but that engine will not be staying in there. It will be getting a higher horsepower engine, and it will be getting drag radials. That pretty much tells you what's going to happen. But I'm not going to tell you where that engine or the other engine that we're going to in question are going. But yes, it's going to be faster, it's going to be quicker, it's going to be more fun. But other than that, 32 Ford grill, which is very, very, very common on a 1929 hot rod. This is probably one of the most common things that guys do. But other than that, you've got your classic straight axle with your buggy springs, and then it has SoCal speed stop shocks underneath. It does not have a 4.9 inch. I will not talk about what rear end is under it because I was told it was a 4.9 inch and it is not. Yeah. But anyway, it has the very, very classic in the back. It has the finned. Yeah, it has the finned drums, which I don't know if you can see in here, but you can kind of see in there. They're finned for like heat purposes. Those are actually very expensive, so which is kind of cool. So that's very nostalgic as well. But yeah, 1929 Model A on the channel.
Get it in the car. Let's see an example of you getting.
Oh, okay.
I just like watching you get in because it's kind of funny. We've kind of gotten used to it though.
Okay, so the way this sits is kind of shabby. This is a very large steering wheel. I'm pretty sure this is a Model T steering wheel. Don't quote me exactly on that, but I haven't changed it out yet because it's kind of an issue changing it out when it's welded. But you can't really, you have to brake with one foot and accelerate with the other. But it gets kind of comfortable actually. These seats are nice. I'm not gonna say they're staying in this forever, just because I don't. If I'm trying to do a nostalgic hot rod, I can't really put racing seats in it, but they're very comfortable. But here's some things that definitely need attention. There's a lot of things. What's nice is that this is all original wood, and if you didn't know, Model A's were, the framework was basically made out of wood. So this is structural wise, this is wood. And if it crashed at high rate of speed, I'm gonna have splinters.
You're gonna have more than splinters.
I'm gonna have a splint. But anyway, it's kind of future plans, if you will. Well, obviously we're going to be doing a lot of videos with this vehicle just because it's kind of interesting, and it's not something you see 20-year-olds working with every day. You see a lot of Mustangs, you see a lot of Camaros, you see a lot of Corvettes, but you don't see too many 1929 Model A's with a 350 in it. So we'll be having a lot of fun with this vehicle until we, I guess, change out the engine. But we should have even more fun after that. You'll see this thing do a lot of things on the channel, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm very, very happy to have it and to play with it, and I hope you guys will be happy to watch it because it's sick.
A stupid Harley interrupted you right there.